Ernest Dusting was always there as well. It wasn't enough that the nastiest, scariest, meanest and toughest kid in the school was in the same class as me, or 2 streets along from mine, but there he was every year, just 2 caravans down from ours. He had me so nervous I had to wait till he went down to the beach or someplace before I could go anywhere. The worst part was never knowing what he'd do next. A bucket of cold ice water tipped over my head. My ice cream pushed into my face. A herd of live soldier crabs set free in the annex part where I slept. My clothes mixed up with someone else's every time I had a shower. But at school he was worse. He just had to be standing near me when I was playing marbles and I'd miss. Or look at me in class and bare his teeth, and my hands would go all sweaty. He runs home every afternoon after school, just so he can stand at his corner and make sure I don't take the shortcut down his stupid street. He has rules about his street. No dweebs allowed. When I told him I didn't even know what a dweeb was, he said that's exactly why I must be a dweeb. I crouched right over again and had another look at the clock in the milk bar across the road. I'd been gone almost 20 minutes now, and still no bus. So anyway, like I was saying, aside from Dusting being everywhere, and now that I'd messed up my mum and dad's lives by being born and everything, there was nothing else I could do. I had to go away and wander the world. Lucky I'd had time to look at all the pictures and maps. I'd start in Spain, and then most likely go to Africa, and maybe Egypt after that, unless I decided to go to the Amazon. I thought about my friends. Well, Millicent mainly. We were in the same class together. She's training me to be a great dancer, so that one day we'll be able to travel the world and have people clap us, and then in our spare time we can save all the endangered fish of the different countries we visit. Millicent said if I stick by her, one day Roger Thesaurus would be a household name. But I didn't think I could wait that long. When Mum and Dad started having a fight over the bathroom tiles earlier on, I I started packing to go. Last night they were fighting about the soup bowls, and the night before it was about the French airline industry. If I stayed any longer, they'd probably end up running each other over with a bus or something. I guessed I'd never see Millicent again, but I could send her a postcard. Probably not for 10 years or so. Once I was sure it couldn't be traced back to me. Chapter 2. A false start. I looked up again and there was a bus. It was one of the old types, slow as a snail and big as a mountain. It slowed down, grunted and hissed a couple of times and stopped. I shoved my suitcase up the steps, then climbed in after it. Nervous Neil was driving. He always looked a little bit too small to be driving a bus. Skinny body, skinny legs, skinny arms. He was skinny all over. His lips were so thin you could only see them when he opened his mouth to say something. He was full of nervous habits, like scratching his head or trying to get some invisible piece of fluff from his bristly chin, or tapping his fingers on the steering wheel. And when he was really nervous, he'd whistle. But it was always too fast for me to recognize the tune. He was tapping his fingers. Railway station, please, Neil. I put the right amount on the tray. He gave the handle on his ticket machine 2 half-turns, slammed the door shut, and was off again. I picked up my suitcase and got to the back seat as soon as I could. Everybody sat up the back in Neil's bus. It was a slow trip. I watched the traffic trying to pass us for a while, then looked at the other passengers to see if anyone was doing anything worth watching, then back to the traffic again. I pulled my money out of my pocket and counted it for the 17th time. $11.10 left, after paying the bus fare. I put it back, then checked my shoelaces. Nothing to do there. The locks on my bag were still done up as well. It felt like the slowest bus ride ever. By the time we rattled up to the station, I'd nearly had time to grow a beard. We stopped and everyone made a polite leap for the door. the way adults do. I waited till there was just me and Neil left, then followed my bag down the aisle to where he was. We never talked much, but I'd been getting off and on his bus since before I could walk. I don't suppose I'll be seeing you for a while, Neil, I said. Is that a fact? You probably won't even recognise me next time you see me. I'm going away for a few years. Is that a fact? He grumbled. There wasn't much else to say. Neil wasn't much of a talker, so we just shook hands and said goodbye and all that. I promised him a postcard, although he'd probably have to wait a few years until everything was safe. I thought I'd probably send him one of those foreign traffic scenes. He'd enjoy that. I only had to walk across the road, up the station ramp, and I was there, at the ticket window. There was a ticket seller I hadn't seen before. His face was all blotchy from freckles joining up here and there, and the spots without freckles were a pinky white colour. He looked a lot like this map of Siberia I had. A single to Spain, thanks, I said. I picked Spain as a good place to start. Not only do they have lots of olives there, but they make swords as well. Spain, eh? He muttered, and pulled out a little worn-out book from somewhere beside him. He flicked it till he came to a page near the back. Then he looked up and stared at me as if I had a tree growing out of my head. This train doesn't go to Spain. It's not an underwater train. I knew that, of course. Well, maybe just a ticket that takes me as close to Spain as I can get. That'll be the Sydney train then, he said. Sydney train doesn't arrive till tomorrow afternoon. He was smiling like someone had just told him a joke or something. Tomorrow? Are you sure? No doubt about it. I'd left home on the wrong day. How could I have been so stupid?